What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm back with the usual criminals. This week's weekly podcast. So we make it an every week thing. I got my man Crap Gamer, John Doe, my brother Showstopper. Yeah, so it's a lot to talk about this week. A lot of hate, a lot of motherfucking hate, as always. So, word around town is Sony's now trying to convince Respawn and EA to bring Titanfall, you got it, Titanfall over to the PlayStation 4 and the PS3.
Man, motherfuckers is begging, man.
Before I say this,
what it is, man. They're a begging ass company that's on their last leg.
hey, come on, hey, Doe, come on. You went kind of hard. You don't, man. You don't listen here, man. I ain't trying to get this video flagged. Listen here, you're going a little too hard now. Now I'm just saying now, because I thought they didn't care about the 6 versus 6 and the bots, but all these motherfuckers now are begging for Titanfall. What's the inside source name? Right, Throwaway said if a million ponies sign up and send Twitter tweets to EA, there's no way they can turn down millions of dollars to put Titanfall on the Xbox, the PS4 and the PS3. But last time I checked, according to Respawn Entertainment, they went to Sony and they said what they wanted for this game. They wanted a certain amount of dedicated servers, and Sony didn't have that in place. I mean, unless they sold me a pipe dream. That was according to Respawn Entertainment. That's what they said. This was back in when they unveiled the game, and this couple artists started to come out. I did read that. They said that they wanted this game to be ran on dedicated servers. They went to Sony with their vision, and they also went to Microsoft. You know what I mean? So, now that PlayStation Now, that's not the same thing as having, dedicated servers. Because like I said, that's kind of expensive. That's why.
Yeah, a lot of people confuse the Gaikai thing with having dedicated servers. It's not. You can run that off of very few. It was like a startup kind of thing. It's very few. It's not actual servers like what Microsoft has, which are like these huge server farms. It's like I was reading this article. It's like Microsoft.
They're called data centers, but speak.
Yeah. Over 1 million of them, and then they have 300,000 set aside for Xbox Live and things like that. So that's pretty impressive, because I try to tell people, I'm like, they'll tell me, oh, Killzone has dedicated servers, and I tell them about the hubs and how it's not really. They use the servers to find the best host, and that's why when they shut down their games like SOCOM and stuff, which are run off those like the hubs to find the host. So then they shut down that part, and then the game's worthless. That's basically what happens. They aren't actually server run, but people get confused pretty easily.
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay, a Showstopper. You new to this weekly podcast. Let me hear your thoughts. Because like I said, your first ponies, and they didn't care about Titanfall. A lot of them were bitching and crying. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have not seen not one petition from any Xbox players or anything begging for any Sony games. I think this shit is hilarious and it's funny as hell. Give me your thoughts on that, man.
Well, we don't beg for games. I mean, we like the games to come on the Xbox console. So, we don't go and do all that extra stuff. But the Titanfall thing, it's just, to me, the situation I find it's funny to me, because people have the tendency to just want to knock something. And my whole problem with the whole situation is that they attacking the developers. When I go on Twitter and things of that nature, and I see them get negative comments and things of this nature, and that's the whole source of what, where we get our games from. And if we start and attack developers with stuff like that, and going on their Twitters telling them they wrong, and I'm gonna do this to you and that and the third, and you getting all this little crazy stuff, that's where we got to draw the line as gamers to kind of knock that stuff off. And that's my point.
For Flappy Birds quit.
You're right.
My man from Flappy Gamers, he hung up the towel, didn't he? That motherfucker checked out. He pulled the game with Nate. He flip-flopped for real.
But, that's what people are doing nowadays. They going on Respawn's Twitter account, and they just sending them all kind of, just negative. That's just what I have saw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Negative little comments and things like that. And then it's all right to, if they're going to do that in forums and stuff like that. But when you start personally coming at
threatening people's families,
you know what I'm saying? That is extreme. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, you got to take a look at yourself. And this is just video games, man.
And yo, you know what?
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get that hurt over a video game.
You know what? Showstopper.
Phonies are extreme.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna say this. We talked about this in like the first semi-official podcast that we did. That fanboys are ruining gaming. It's one thing to be a champion. It's one thing to be a champion of any product. You guys know me. How you say? I love my Xbox, but I don't mind playing on a PS3, PS4. And you like the biggest Xbox fan as I am. You won't see me on nobody's Twitter or anything talking shit. Like, come on, man, it ain't that serious to me, man. If I want to play,
that's crazy.
Like prime example, the exclusive that Capcom is making for the PS4. What's it called? The RP.
Deep Down.
And you see me out there, threatening Capcom to bring, Deep Down to the Xbox One like that. If I want to play it, I gotta get a PS4. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean?
It's just a free-to-play game anyway. But what I said, I joked around on Twitter the other day. I was like, I would sign a petition to keep Killzone and Knack on the PS4 because I don't want to be anywhere near those games, to be honest with you. They're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand the Killzone games. Some people like them.
Yeah,
but I feel like they're really bad.
Yeah,
like, they try to go for graphical, but they don't get down the gameplay or the story or likable characters or anything like that, those games. And from what I understand, the online is pretty dead for that game already.
Yeah, it is.
So,
You know what I mean?
So you know what's killing me when people say Killzone is the highest-selling game.
Because there's no other game.
I'm like, how many other games do PlayStation got but Killzone?
Hey, look at this, okay? When people bring up about how Tomb Raider Definitive Edition sold better on PS4, and I'll bring this up. They'll be like, that's because it was 1080p and 60 frames per second. And I'll say, not really. I'll say, not really. I'll say, I can tell you exactly why it sold better on PS4. For one thing, the original game sold better on 360. So a lot of people already played it. That's why I didn't buy it again. I just played it last year on 360. I paid, you know what I'm saying? I just bought that game. Yeah. Okay, so not only that, but Xbox One owners have more games to choose from, so they're not going to buy a rehash. PS4 owners, what else do they have? It's like indie game, you know what I mean? Of course they're going to buy that game because they probably didn't buy it as much on the PS3 and they don't have anything else. So that explains that. So it has nothing to do with 1080p because look at Call of Duty Ghosts, 720p on Xbox One, way outselling the PS4 version. So people don't really care about that. Most people are like, oh, Call of Duty or, oh, their next Xbox, I'm going to get that. They don't give a crap about the resolution. Look at Titanfall. I don't know what resolution that is, less than 800, but that's a beautiful looking game on Xbox One. If there's a game that puts to rest that resolution doesn't matter one single damn bit, is that game. Probably the funnest game I played, the most interesting shooter I played in the last 5 years, and that game is just amazing. And like you don't even think about resolution or anything like that, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, the only people that bring up resolution on this game are people that don't have it or can't play it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That is true.
Who not getting it.
Yeah. Funny enough, though, is how everyone now that doesn't have an Xbox One or hates Xbox has this awesome kick-ass computer that they can play it on. You know, like, I'll play it on PC. And I was like, all the Sony fans are like, I'll just replace my hard drive of my PS4 with a solid-state drive, and I got this 1080p 3D TV. You know, all the Sony fans I realized are rich. You know, they got all this great stuff, and I'm like, damn, man, share some of the wealth. You know what I mean? Because the funny thing is the people that are complaining about resolution and stuff probably are gaming on small TVs that are only 720 anyway. Like, I have a 720 TV in my house. You know what I mean? Unless you get up to a certain amount of size for the TV, it don't matter, or the hertz. You know what I mean? The refresh rate matters immensely. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, don't you guys think that Titanfall looks really good?
Oh yeah.
I'm interested in seeing how well it sells on PC.
But this back to what you said
compared to the Xbox and version, because everybody's sitting here saying they're going to get it on PC. Let's see, because last time I checked, they don't really buy a lot of games on PC anyway.
Exactly. Well,
right?
Yeah, they go you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're pirate.
I'm sorry, fellas. I'm back to the combo.
Hold on.
I'm back in playing Titanfall. I'm back to the combo. I'm sorry. I'm back in.
Let me get this out right quick. like you just say, all the PlayStation fans going out and getting new TVs. They're going out and get SS drives for their PS4s. But one thing you didn't say they're going out and get, and that's PlayStation games. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't supporting their goddamn company, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they do. They got this Infamous game, which I feel bad for a little bit because the game looks okay, but there's no online for it, and this game is just getting crushed in the media department against Titanfall. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, what's been trending all week? I don't know if you guys are big Twitter fans.
Titanfall.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter all week. You know what I'm saying? It's Titanfall, Xbox One trending all week, and that's gotta make people salty. In fact, which I don't know if you guys were gonna talk on this, if any. I believe that's the reason why. Maybe you guys heard of this guy, Famous Mortimer. Whenever something good happens to Microsoft, he'll come up with some bullshit rumor to try to bring it down. And his latest rumor was when Titanfall was trending for like the third or fourth day in a row was, Microsoft is about to sell their company to Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just pulls this out of his ass, right?
Did you see Aaron Greenberg? Aaron Greenberg, he responded to that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Aaron Greenberg was laughing about it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? When he come out and refuted it, like saying that we know that's not happening. You go on N4G on the forums and you read the comments. He a liar. You know what I'm saying? He don't have a good track record. So who do we supposed to listen to? You know, if he's sitting here telling you out his own mouth that they're not selling it, and you know they'll go on there and no, they selling it. They just ain't gonna. Well, they ain't gonna come out and tell us anyway.
Yeah,
Come on, y'all. They need to stop with that.
This is what
That's the extreme stuff I'm talking about.
This is what I would say. Okay, right? Like, check this out. Microsoft. Whenever somebody brings up a rumor to them, they say we don't respond to rumors or anything like that. That's their official thing to everything, good or bad. The fact that they actually come out and respond to this says a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? First of all, this guy was just reaching because of the Double Helix buy, right? But we all know Amazon's going to come out with an Android-based console later this year. So that's why they bought Double Helix. Double Helix is not a AAA developer. They're a good developer, but they're not a AAA developer.
But you know what's the crazy part?
Right.
Wasn't nobody talking about Double Helix until Microsoft started to work with them. Yeah,
exactly.
First they were saying that exposed Rare's not making a game. Double Helix makes shit games that Silent Hill games up, but all they care are the games that they suck. And since they did a great job on Killer Instinct and Amazon snatched them up. You know what I mean? Now Microsoft, but anyway, Microsoft said they had in-house people working on it, they already had someone in place. They got the main guy, Kevin Lobb. That's from the original creator of Killer Instinct. And he's still at Microsoft, you know what I mean? So, he actually works for Microsoft. So, like the same thing with old boy from Gears of War, my man. Even though Black Tuck Studios doing the game,
Rod Ferguson.
Yeah, they got Rod Ferguson. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, that was his.
Now, Rod Ferguson, I would say he was more towards the fans when Gears of War was big, like Gears 2 and 3, like on Twitter and stuff. He did more interaction with the fans, setting up the triple XP and stuff than Cliffy B ever did. Yeah, that's why I was so happy. I mean, his name is Gears Viking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
even when he was at 2K. Well, he was working for 2K. His name still was Gears Viking still.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that his blood is like, he loves Gears. You know what I'm saying? So you got the perfect guy running that. That's why I was excited more than anything when I found out that they bought Gears or whatever. And the fact that everybody's like, oh, Microsoft, all these rumors about them selling, they're not going to sell it. The guy who's their new CEO helped build Xbox Live. He bases things in the cloud, which is what he believes is the future. And Xbox is going to be part of that. You have this device that pushes that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody, because the shareholders,
it was one shareholder.
Want them to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the shareholders have wanted them to sell Xbox since the 360 was out.
Hey, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. It's really the main thing is a lot of those shareholders have eased off on that. It's one guy who was recently brought in who has a 0.8% share. That's it, 0.8%.
Hey, yo, you know what? The killer part is? The Xbox brand itself is extremely profitable. The Xbox brand itself is worth more than Sony's company.
Fact. Oh, yeah, absolutely. People don't understand is look at Xbox Live alone. Gold subscriptions bring in over $1 billion a year. Xbox Live. Yeah. I mean, that's
worth
big time.
More
so people say,
Sony.
Okay, well, Well, you know, the Xbox, the hardware usually doesn't make money in the beginning. The 360 didn't, and then they had the Red Ring of Death. The original Xbox didn't. But right now, Xbox One makes profit per console sold, and the software is what makes money. And they're selling boatloads of software. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so they've got to be happy. Where the PlayStation 4, they have to sell a game and a subscription to PlayStation Plus to break even. You know what I mean? That's like they're losing money. And they're not going to be able to come down in pricing that anytime soon, where Microsoft could. And then I think Sony would be in real trouble. If Microsoft wanted to grab Sony by the balls, they could say, okay, well, you know what, we're going to offer, you know, $50 off and bundle in a game. You know what I mean? I mean, that's going to look really tempting. And I think now would be the time to strike because Sony has no games this year.
Yeah, you know what? Just think about it. Just think about it. Not to cut you off. Just think about it. What if Microsoft bundles Rise and Killer Instinct $500?
Yeah, exactly. They don't even have to. They don't even have to like lower the price per se. Just bundle stuff. You know what I mean? And you're seeing that stuff right now. Like everybody thought the PlayStation 4 would sell 1 million units per month, and we all knew, like at least I did, that after Christmas you're gonna see that drop off, and that happened. You know what I mean?
But and, I think the Xbox is going to pick back up. Like I said, I had a lot of friends.
Oh, Titanfall! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Titanfall.
I've never seen so much.
A lot of people are getting their taxes. Also, in February, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm going to be realist, you know what I mean? I got to play the devil's advocate here. Now, if Titanfall fails to move units, which I don't think, you know what I mean? I don't think that it would. But if it fails to move units, we're probably going to see a price drop for the Xbox One, probably like $50.
What did you say in your video?
You know what? They already started doing that anyway. I seen them had dropped the price on it for $50.
They play on window PCs just to play Titanfall. Remember you said that in your video next gen?
Well, I'm sorry, you was breaking it. What you say, bro?
Remember when you said it's Mac players?
Oh yeah.
Who don't even play on window? You know what I'm saying? Window PCs. Yeah. Who's switching over just to play Titanfall? Yeah, you get an Xbox One or getting an Xbox One or a Windows operating system just to play Titanfall. Let me tell you something. Speaking of Titanfall, now I'm not, like I told you guys, I kind of lost my mojo for first persons. You know what I mean? I'm more of like a one story, like a good Assassin's Creed or something with a good story, like God of War. Like I like those type of games, and I like my NBA 2K, and I like my fighters. But me playing Titanfall gave me that. Make me excited about playing first persons again. That game, it feels like a little bit of Assassin's Creed mixed with a Prince of Persia, running off the walls with fucking Duty and Quake and fucking Unreal Tournament mixed together. The shit is fast.
You know what? I'll say this, okay? Like I was a huge first person gaming fan. Call of Duty 4, I'm not gonna lie, I put 32 days in on that game. You know, like from the time it came out till, I mean, I don't play it anymore, but 32 days. I had a clan that was ranked in the top 30 on game battles out of like 8,000 teams, and we were in the playoffs and sponsored, and so we're heavy into that. Halo 3, we played, and I like those games. And then as the Call of Duties come out, I played less and less. I think I've only put in maybe 14 hours on Ghosts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this game, when I played it, I was just like, wow. From the training mode, I was hooked. I was like, wow, this is the game. This is the thing that people are going to want to play. And this is what I'll say. Depending on how this game goes, like say this game pushes Xbox One to over 1 million units for March or whatever it is, Microsoft will probably buy Respawn, buy the IP. They'll work something out. If it doesn't do as well, then I would expect the next one to probably be multi-platform. You know what I mean? So people need to like put their money where their mouth is. Like I see all these people, you guys need to buy on Twitter. They're like Phil Spencer, Phil Harrison. You guys need to buy Titanfall. Buy it out. Don't ever let it go on Sony. I agree. This is the game. Yeah. This is going to be the competitive game for the next, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Microsoft would be smart to. Who knows how much it costs? Maybe $500 million, but that's nothing compared to having that game exclusive to your console in the long run.
But you know something, when it comes down between Microsoft and Sony, the one thing that separates the two consoles, and this has always been, Microsoft has always owned the best shooter. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
Sony can never get a good shooter the same.
You know why? Because Sony just tries to say, hey, they have Halo. We need something to combat that, and so they have something that's similar. You know what I mean? They just try to copy it. What was the tagline for Killzone? The Halo Killer.
Oh yeah.
First Hayes was the Halo Killer before that.
Hayes,
you know
was
what I mean?
Shit.
Resistance was the Halo killer, and all these games. I mean, Resistance I thought was okay, but it wasn't great, and it definitely wasn't no Halo killer. And when one copy of Halo outsells all these games combined, then you know something's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way I feel about it.
Franchise.
Oh yeah.
But they down Halo, they down Gears, and now they down the Titanfall.
Yeah, they down Gears until they thought they were getting it. Yep. You know what I mean? When they did their launch event, and that guy tweeted, he's like, "You guys should play more Gears," and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, Gears is going to PS4 or whatever." And I'm like, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like obviously Microsoft. This is what I said. I was like, Microsoft will keep Gears exclusive as long as they want it. You know, They have the money as long. They probably have it in the contract to have first option to buy it. You know what I mean? I mean, you would think if you were going to do that, because last generation, I was torn between what to get. I wasn't sure when they were showing off these consoles, or actually they didn't even show off the PS3 because they didn't have anything. But when I saw Gears of War running on that thing, I was like, that's the console I got to get at launch, and that's what I did. And I never looked back, and it had like achievements right away and everything I wanted right away. And, you know, it just evolved over that. It always seemed like Sony was trying to play catch-up, you know what I mean? And they never quite did as far as the PS3 was concerned. But it was like Gears was a big part of it. I would say Gears might have been bigger for the 360 than Halo. You know what I mean? Like, for me anyway, like, I just was really into Gears. I liked it. I thought that looked next-gen to me at the time. You know what I mean? So that was one of those franchises that you can't really underestimate how well... You know, Microsoft did that for the gamers, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't just buy these things for the hell of it, you know what I'm saying, if they didn't think that that's what their people wanted. And you know what was funny was when I was reading this thing on M4G about, so it was that rumor that you guys were talking about, oh, Sony, they're looking to try to get Titanfall on the PS3 and PS4. And somebody commented, they're like, yeah, that's because Sony's for the gamers, so of course they're going to. And I'm like, man, that's like the...
They don't play no games, and that's the crazy part about it.
It's like, if they're so for the gamers, where's the games? You know what I mean?
Exactly. See, that's the crazy part about it. Like, on Xbox, everybody playing games. On the PS4, everybody playing the specs. Well, we got the more powerful systems. Okay, but Microsoft got the most games. You know what I'm saying? The most exclusive.
Yeah, like
you know, last generation, they was more powerful.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it still didn't. You know, that don't mean anything.
You know what?
I can see that.
The PS2 was more powerful than the PS.
No. Xbox was more powerful.
The original Xbox
was more powerful.
No. I mean, the Xbox was more powerful than the PS2.
But the PS2 had the games.
I already know what happened in that generation.
It was all about games.
Yo, you know, I just say one thing here. You know what? None of you guys have felt to mention what's the talk of the town. Ain't nobody talking about this. And I sit back and say, you know what? I know I'll go out on a limb and I'll drop a video on it and get a whole bunch of hate, but I was just going to wait and see all week. So any of these known YouTubers will talk about it. So, you know, fucking Infamous got a graphics downgrade, right? You know that, right? And ain't nobody talking about...
Yeah, you know what? I seen the picture. I seen the picture on Twitter.
No, man. I don't even want to...
You know they got a graphics downgrade with the lightning and all that shit, and ain't nobody talking about that. Nobody.
That's because that original stuff they were showing was like CGI rendered in the engine. Quality, but what happens is it doesn't look that good when it's done.
Yo, you know what? It reminded me of E3 2005 when Sony showed.
That was like the worst thing ever. Do you remember the Killzone footage?
Yes, sir.
And it never matched up with that. And not only did the Killzone footage not match up, it was like they didn't have anything. They showed MotoStorm, and nothing looked like that. You know what I mean? It was just an embarrassment.
But you know what? They was quick to jump on this week though. Next year when you come down to saying what you saying right now.
What's that?
When Yoshida said that they can run what?
Yeah,
no, Kojima.
Kojima with room to spare.
Kojima.
Yeah, they jumped on that story. They're like, yeah, we can run it at 1080p. That's
But none of their exclusives run at 1080p.
Can I say something about that? I was thinking
60
about
frames a second.
I read that, right?
That was Kojima.
And I'm thinking, okay, this is good because this is another one of those cross-gen games. Has anybody noticed the ones that are going 1080p, 60 frames are on both current gen and last?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I said before, Sony is begging these developers to push the resolution in the frames per second, even though the system can't run it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're lowering it down. It's like people like, I don't know about you, but man, 60 frames per second on most games feels so much better than 1080p in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't notice 1080p. I don't, it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't notice any damn thing when I'm playing a game. But 60 frames a second.
And I rather my games look good.
Like if it's
my thing,
if it's a shooter anyway, like for me, shooters and race games, 60 frames per second should be how it should be.
Yeah.
That's why I never played Battlefield on the Xbox 360 was because it was only 30 frames, and it kind of gives you a headache after a while. At least it did me. Like I noticed this when I played like Call of Duty on PS3 sometimes. The frame rate drops real low, and then it can give you a headache sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like this blur effect too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of the PlayStation 3 games did this. Uncharted, Killzone, they do like this blur effect because the frame rate's so low, and that's really bothers my eyes. That's why like people are like when 3D was a thing. You guys remember that when Sony was pushing 3D, and they were like, "Don't you?" And I said, "It's just a fad. It's not going to last because people don't want to wear goofy glasses on their head all the time." You know what I mean? I was like, and they're like, well, people didn't think that about HDTV. I was like, everybody can enjoy HDTV. Old people aren't going to want to wear glasses. Parents aren't going to want their kids wearing glasses all the time. You know what I mean? I was like, it's a fad. Look at the history. The 50s, the 60s, 3D was in. It comes in, it goes out. And now you can't even fucking see a 3D TV. You know what I mean? That's not a thing anymore. You know what I mean?
They just switched over to smart TVs now.
Yeah, it's like smart TVs, in 4K, but 4K is not the thing because now they're talking about 8K. So,
and the 4K didn't even really drop yet.
Yeah, exactly. Although Vizio come out with this one, it's
$1,000.
Less than $1,000 for a 4K TV. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it comes out in summertime. 4K for $1,000, baby.
Of course, we all know there's only one console right now that can run 4K games, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Xbox One.
Yep.
Xbox One, that's right.
Yeah, because
we got the 4K cable and everything.
Yeah, exactly. 4K rated.
Yeah, because because of the scale. We haven't talked. The Xbox One got the update today. Not today, but it got the update, and it also it was I guess it added 8% or whatever the hell from the GPU. And it did something as far as the scale of the games look much better now.
What happened was, there was like there was a filter on it. It was like a smoothing filter, and they removed that and put something else on there that makes it look more natural, like the colors and stuff.
Yeah, looks much better.
I think it looks good, and I heard it was a 10% improvement on the GPU.
8. Well, there was an additional 10% that they could have used, but they would say they were saving it for the Kinect. So they took 8% and left the 2% still for the Kinect for voice chat and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, what about did they put the upscaler in this one? Because I know Titanfall was trying to get them improved.
That's comes with they're supposed to be at 900p, but they got these new SDKs, these new dev units, so that's going to make running 1080p.
Well, they said that Titanfall is going to be. They hope to launch it at 900p. 60 frames per second, which it's already 60 frames per second, but the beta is actually 792. That's the resolution.
That's some crazy. I ain't never heard that shit before. That's some shit.
And trust me, you can tell that it's running at 60 frames per second, and this is steady.
It's the most fast-paced. It's the most
but hold up,
game I've ever played.
Yo, where the fuck they get that 729 from? I ain't never heard no shit like that. That's some shit.
Dude, it's 792. That's the.
Oh, there you go. I ain't never heard no shit. That shit came straight from Haiti. 792.
Yeah. Well, they said that Abby Heppy, I believe her name is. She's the community director at Respawn. She says they hope to have it at 900p, which of course she had the PlayStation fans saying, "Oh, I bet it'd be 1080p," and I'm like, "Yeah, just like Battlefield 4 is on the PlayStation 4." You know what I mean? Come on now. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's one of those things. But I will say that is the fastest paced first person shooter I ever played. You're like, people complain about 6v6. You play that and you come up against 4 or 5 mechs standing next to each other, and you'll be thankful that it's only 6v6.
Yeah, I mean, and just how compact the maps is, it wouldn't work with a more than that. I think.
Yeah, so it's not the hardware thing. It's not the hardware at all. I can tell you that.
It's not the hardware at all.
It would be so frantic. And what's awesome about that is you can go into the buildings, you scale up the walls. It's like totally different than Call of Duty, which is like people are like, it's Call of Duty with mechs, and I'm like, no, it's nothing like Call of Duty.
Yeah, once they play it,
you can camp real strong, but you can't camp on here.
Yo, you know what? I'll say this. This not to cut anyone off. If Respawn didn't make this game and they wasn't responsible for the first Call of Duty 4, wouldn't nobody be saying this Call of Duty with Max? Wouldn't nobody be saying that? You wouldn't even heard, it wouldn't even been a mention of Call of Duty. Had Capcom been the one making this game, we wouldn't have heard anything about Call of Duty. The game doesn't feel like Call of Duty. It's God's honest truth. I'm not just saying that because I'm an Xbox dude.
It doesn't, and I'm a big Call of Duty, or I was a big Call of Duty fan. I played all the games I have them. I looked at my collection. I'm like, damn it, man! I got Call of Duty 2, 3, 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Ghost, Black Ops 1, Black Ops. I got this damn terrible collection of Call of Duty games, and it's like. I like those games, and this game plays nothing like it. Like, I'm reinvigorated and excited for a first-person shooter for the first time in a long time, and that's like
I'm not a first-person shooter player. You know what I'm saying? I just recently started getting into first-person shooters. I got Ghost and I got Battlefield, and this game here got me very excited.
Hey, fellas, excited. I'm gonna let my dogs out. Be right back. Keep the show going on.
So I mean, it got me so very excited. I mean, I just like the pace of this game.
The pacing is so fast.
It's unbelievable. It's so it's like boom, 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 and you get the adrenaline and you get excited. It's just that game. Oh my god! I can't wait for the full version to come out.
Pistol in the game to take out the campers. You hear me?
The smart pistol. Yeah, I haven't even tried using that online, man. I just been having fun.
Oh, dude, man,
I love that smart pistol.
Gun is hex, man. I'm dead serious, man. Like. Everybody who say if you getting killed and get your ass whooped, I swear the whole team is using goddamn smart pistol. They're gonna have to nerf that shit. I'm dead serious.
Hey, that's smart pistol. But you know what? It takes they have to have 3 dots on you in order to kill you.
I don't
know what I'm saying? They have to be red. But you know what I'm saying? But for the mechs, killing 4 of them at a time is like crazy.
And they run as a pack. It's like a strategy. Like when I was gaming with my friends, we'll call in ours at the same time. That way we can run as a team and watch each other's back. And people would think, oh, they're overpowered. But if you just jump on one of them, you can take them out by yourself as a pilot. Yep. So it's like it's not overpowered at all. Like, and the mechs don't move slow like mechs normally do. It's like really well done. You don't have these perk systems where you can't carry a rocket launcher to take out mechs. Everybody has this stuff, so it's like it's so balanced. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the Call of Duty 4 balancing. You know what I mean? How they did it, and the burn cards and everything. It's just so inventive to me. You know what I mean? Like
I like burn cards. I ain't get into burn cards until this morning when I'm like, oh, what's this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like really, and then like. Even when you're playing, it almost has a single-player element, like the training, and then like you have the little guy popping up telling you what to do and stuff. And then even how it's so unique how even at the end, if you lose, you get to your extraction point. You know what I mean? It's like you get this frantic rush. You got to quick and get to the chopper.
You got to get up out of here.
Yeah, I thought I was safe, and everybody's like, oh, he's going to make it. And then they blew up the chopper. And so you're like, damn, man. You know what I mean? It's like...
What I had seen where a guy was on a Titan. You know what I'm saying? He was shooting the helmet out. And you know how you eject and you get out and you go flying in the air?
Yeah.
Both of them went flying in the air. And while he was in the air, dude was shooting him right in the air. Both of them flying. They were shooting right at each other. And he wound up killing him in the air.
Dude, I was using Xbox Record that like every 2 seconds on there. I'm like, oh my god, that was so awesome. Xbox Record that. You know what I mean? I'm just like getting all these clips because I was just like doing this amazing stuff that I thought was just so awesome. And then you see like everybody's like experiencing and excited for this. Like everybody's messaging to me. They're like, dude, are you in the Titanfall beta? I'm like, yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? I told people, like I had some people that were like, well, where's that really good game or whatever? And I'm like, wait for Titanfall, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, unless you're really hardcore into tech and stuff, hold off on getting a new console until Titanfall. You know what I mean? That's just being real. You know what I mean? I bought one because I was 8 years with the 360 and I buy new hardware like that. But it's like for most people, if you're just waiting for, I would wait. I advise some people to wait for Titanfall. You know what I mean? And that just makes sense. Otherwise, you're gonna feel maybe like you wasted your money or whatever because. When you first buy a console, there's usually, I mean, like, I think the Xbox One had a good selection, but if you're, like, a person that likes a lot of online stuff, there wasn't a real good selection because Battlefield was broken, Call of Duty was just terrible online. I liked it at first, but Ghost was, like, really kind of just got old real fast. It was really good when it first came out, and then they patched it and nerfed some guns and stuff, and then I don't know, like, not to get off too much off the subject, but what Call of Duty does is get away from what it did best. Like, Call of Duty 4 was so good. Small maps, 6v6. You have 3, 5, 7 kill streaks. Keep it simple. Now it's like
They got
big-ass
it's up
maps.
to 12 now, and
Yeah.
it's just too much.
Yeah, and not
You know
only
what I'm
that, it's
saying?
like, and they took out the UAV. Like, that was what kept campers at bay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now
And
there's
then,
just
then
like
you got yeah, they camp strong on Call of Yeah, that
on
just
Ghost,
spoiled.
yeah. And then they have this.
Yeah,
map.
I don't like it.
How is that a map on Call of Duty Castle? That's just like, okay, they're like, okay, here's snipers, go at it. You know what I mean? Like the snipers, they're so annoying. You know what I mean? Like
When I play that, you know, when you're in the lobby, I yell, "Let the camping begin."
What we say, what I say is like, hey, that guy had his little tent back there. He had some marshmallows roasting and shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
Whenever you put up the riot shields and the little drones and shit.
he's back there making s'mores, having a good time.
This is what I think of when I see them camping. I see a dude with dip in his mouth, spitting. Get ready to shoot somebody.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's frustrating because I used to like Call of Duty, and then, and all these other games try to be like Call of Duty. So why does Call of Duty try to change to be like these other games? You know what I mean? People like Call of Duty for what it was, it used to be it used to be really fast paced. Call of Duty 4 is fast paced.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? It's shorter maps, smaller maps. There's not a lot of camping spots, easy kill streaks. You know what I mean? It's like 357. It's like clockwork. Like if they ever said, "Hey, Call of Duty 4 HD remake, 1080p, 60 frames per second, whatever," I'd be thrilled with that because I always felt like stopping power was a good thing, but there was a counter because you could go ghost or whatever it is, but then you couldn't use stopping power. Now it's like there's no UAV, there's those stupid little things, and then you need 3 other people for it to be a UAV. You know what I mean?